if you can't figure out what the product is, you are probably the product. I can't emphasize this enough when it comes to so many projects in crypto. And yeah, there's just so many new projects launching that build up that hype, that try to build up that demand, and there's nothing there. Now, in a previous stream, we talked about like DMC, the DeLorean token, that was really targeting your emotions and your nostalgia when it comes to Back to the Future. Like it really focused on Back to the Future because they're a car manufacturer, they own the rights to DeLorean, and they started a token. Now, there wasn't really much of a product there besides the token, and they really should have just made it a meme coin and went full NFTs and Back to the Future. But we saw that really drop off quickly because there was no demand for it. There was no product that the people wanted to trade on there, and everyone was speculating early. A lot of incentives went to exchanges to list the coin, and a lot of people dumped that. So, we could look at the price of DMC now, and it's going to be pretty bad. It's going to be pretty bad. So, well, let's take a look. I know this was like big in the SWE community. I couldn't really get behind it just because it just wasn't anything of value there. And we kind of look at the chart, about 71% down since they launched. So, you want to look out for these products. You want to find out how they generate revenue, if there's some demand, and a lot of products in crypto just don't have that. So we want to be careful. So let's see. Pablo, I marry my airdrop bag and regret a lot. Yes, airdrop bags are the worst because it's an airdrop. A lot of people got that crypto for free. And sometimes they give you that airdrop. They say, hey, you can stake it for even more tokens. And then it's bad. It just gets even worse. The token just keeps selling off. So those are kind of good opportunities to sell, But in the case of some coins, very few coins, like Story Protocol, that's one where it's just a painful short. So, you want to diversify what you're doing there. Let's see. Misleading and lack of... Oh, okay. So Kenster is mad that he's calling me out for misleading and lack of knowledge when talking about XRP on my last video. Oh my God. You're right, Kenster. I got to make more videos about XRP. There is so much craziness. So that's why he's mad. I was wondering what he was mad about. But man, the XRP army is crazy, guys. They're just insane. Let me see if I can find one of the videos. I've been in the YouTube algorithm or TikTok algorithm for crypto, and a lot of XRP content comes up, and it's painful. It's just painful. Yeah, you got to give me a second here. I'm looking for those links. Just because I try to... Oh, yeah. Whew. Yeah. Trump to revalue XRP to 27,000 per token. 10,000 likes. Oh, here we go. Oh, my God, guys. This one is so painful. Look at this. It got 10,000 likes. There is so much crazy XRP content that, there's going to be a diehard audience. If you say anything bad about XRP, they're going to be angry at you. As you can see, if you're in the YouTube chat right now from Kenster Santos, and he's mad that I'm calling out XRP. Now, it's not that I'm calling out XRP. I'm more mad that the founder has been selling billions of dollars worth of tokens while dumping on his community. And if you're not familiar with that, then you haven't been keeping up with the real news, and you've just been watching creators that overpromise things. $27,000 per token, and you got the American flag there. And if this video really sold you on XRP, wow, good luck out there. I try to make the content balanced, and we want to figure out why a token might go up and have that reasoning behind that. And we create our own opinions. Just because you're mad at my opinion doesn't necessarily mean your investment is going to go up. So we want to take all that information we get and create a balanced opinion. Like, okay, if someone's saying bad about something, about this coin, let's figure out what they're saying and is there any merit to that. If someone's saying this coin is amazing, like let's find out, is it amazing? Do I agree with the information they provided? What are the criticisms about that? So the major lesson here is do not drink the Kool-Aid. Do not become a cult member, because that's an opportunity loss. Like, let's say you are investing in XRP and you know how difficult it's been struggling over the last 8 years. It has not hit new all-time highs, while over the last 8 years, Bitcoin continues to hit new all-time highs. So that's an opportunity cost there. You could have made more yield farming. You could have made more in any other assets. So we want to create these reasons why we're going to hold something. We're not going to start holding something because some guy tells you it's going to $27,000 per token. And if someone says anything negative about that, going to attack them. That's it. You got to attack them. So, if you don't want this information, that's fine. But I'm just saying you should realize if people are saying something bad about it, maybe do a little research, figure out why. And, you could just look at the XRP price over the last decade and probably come up with opinion too. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot here, guys. Oh, sorry, just catching up on this. What's GMGN? That is a trading platform for decentralized tokens, for new tokens. So actually, I'm not logged in right now. So let me see if I can bring that up. It's actually a pretty good platform. I don't use it that much because I don't trade on these new tokens. I don't trade any of them. They are terrifying to get involved with, and you're probably going to lose money. Now, I've seen research where people do invest in these tokens, but they only invest for like 20 seconds to a minute. Their target is to make like 5% and get out, which makes sense. You can do that where you just trade based on that volume. Most of these are going to rug, and they will. But you can absolutely make money if you're trading in the short term. There isn't really much of a strategy outside of that. You could tell, like Tesla AI official, that is not official. That is not an official coin. We want to be very careful there. It's okay. It's like Ika, Landry Placid. Ika has been good, waiting to see the reaction in 3 months when all airdrops would be unlocked. Now, if we're looking at Ika, that's tough. We have a few examples to choose from. Now, again, this is a SWE community coin where it's like, all right, I do support what's happening in SWE. We can see their launch over the last week. It looks pretty solid. But if we look at another project that did an M drop, we look at Send, and we can see leading up to that 3-month cliff, the token hit its lowest point. Like I think this was the sell-off. So you can see that there is a lot of opportunity for others to sell, and it might not be the most profitable airdrop. I just be very careful. And it's weird too, because Sweetland is one of the biggest lenders on SWE, and I'm really surprised that there isn't any kind of a system to bring value back to the token. So this was very shocking, as I'm still holding Send tokens. Now Ika could do something similar unless we see a lot of demand. Now Sweetland, again, there's a demand. There's demand for that platform. People use it. And Ika is still in its test stages. So if we go to Ika, you can see that they're building other products, or they're funding other projects to build, but it's still in its early stages. So we'll go to blog. And this is the thing I mentioned, like, all right, do we just want to believe what they're saying, or let's look at what they're building? Because again, it's like this wallet where you can control assets on other blockchains. but how much demand is there? At the moment, very speculative. And if it's not a better experience than trading natively on that chain, who's going to do it? So I still have questions about it. I'd rather trade on Solana with all the Solana apps and have the highest speed possible than use something that isn't as good of an experience. So, if Ika launches something that is better, people are going to use it. It's going to gain traction, but it's still a little early to determine that. So if we look at the Ika launch, the builders racing to launch, we have Native. They're building Bitcoin liquidity pools, native BTC lending, trading, and yield generation. But again, these are all building. Nothing is fully active yet. There's Human Tech. They're creating ambitious wallet as a protocol solution where chain boundaries disappear, one interface controlling assets everywhere. Okay, don't know what that will look like. We'll see. Ray Finance building a native zero trust multi-chain DeFi solution. That's all buzzwords. That's all buzzwords. Let me zoom in here just because, wow. That was just impressive buzzwords. Ray Finance building native zero trust multi-chain DeFi solutions. Okay, I understand what that means, but a little buzzy, like maximum buzz. Focus on institutional users and use cases. All right. I don't know, is there going to be demand for that? We'll have to wait and see. Aeon is developing novel zero trust custody solutions, focusing on AI agents, the bright future of the DeFi economy. Again, is speculative. We don't know how much demand for these products will be and if they'll be good. Nativeverse is architecting the impossible stablecoins backed by native BTC. There's quite a few products doing that already, so that's going to be a tough one. A lot of people do not want to risk their Bitcoin with these type of assets. Echo is building a seamless AI chatbot interface powered by Ika, providing the most secure and decentralized solution while keeping everything super simple and intuitive for the user. I think that might seem like BankerBot, and there are a few other projects like that. Legacy Link building a full estate management solution. Yeah, kind of boring, isn't Full Sail is building an efficient AMM taking advantage of SWE scalable. So again, yeah, they're building some products. All of them are still in their building stages. And if we don't see any demand for the token, it could end up like SWE Land over 3 months. So Sweetland did an Airdrop too, where you either pay the penalty or you get a little bit unlocked at a time as the penalty goes down, and it didn't end up well. So something to consider if you are investing there. And then those are my thoughts. Oh, perfect. Yeah, Nick asked the same thing. What do you think about Ika? I think it's going to follow this chart. I hope it doesn't, but seeing what they're building, what's ready now, which is nothing, it's still too early to tell. Maverick, what's a good alternative to corporate slavery these days? I guess it's crypto gambling. That's what most of us are doing here. But yeah, that's a very open-ended question. I am a SWE maxi. I still think it's a great user experience. They continue to innovate. I'm hoping the SWE Play really is that product that makes it stand out. So that's actually shipping in the next week or so. I'll have the product in an unboxing.